So I've saved exactly 2 animals in my life.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly 2, no more, no less. I've saved their life, and I've become a better person for it.
I'm curious, what type of animals were they?
They were both turtles.
Of course they were.
And I saved them from the road.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course. Where else do you save turtles from?
Dangling from trees. Duh.
Okay, did you just, like, go out and pick them up out of the road and move them somewhere else? Or did you, like, steal the turtles? Because I know people that would just, like, take the turtle home and be like, this is my pet now. And sometimes you can't do that depending on the type of turtle.
No, I didn't.
Or chuck it into the neighboring water, you know.
Well,
like that one girl did.
I hate that picture so much. It wasn't a turtle. It was a tortoise.
It didn't die.
Is that...
That makes you feel better.
It didn't die? Like, there was...
No, it didn't. The tortoise didn't die.
Can tortoises swim?
They can hold their breath for a while.
Okay, hey, if it was actually reported it didn't die, I can actually sleep a little better. Because every time I've seen that picture...
I guess I haven't seen this picture.
It's this lady, she has this tortoise, and it's like a picture of her chunking it into the water because
it's a video, actually.
It's a video. She thinks it's a normal turtle, and she's helping it.
Oh, God.
And everyone's just like, what are you doing? But no, so I'm driving down the road, mind my own business, you know, chilling out, relaxing, all cool.
Oh, no, stop.
Shooting some
and
ball.
Yeah, outside of school. I don't want to continue.
So you're in the car.
Yeah. And I see this black figure in the road.
That makes it sound like not a turtle. It makes it sound like it's like a... What's it called? Mothman, like, standing there.
It makes it sound like it was a silhouette of a figure I couldn't identify.
Yeah.
Man.
Was Mothman in the middle of the road?
It was Mothman. Mothman placed the turtle in the road because it knew too much.
Darn Mothman. At it again.
But so, I managed to stop in time. I throw down my hazards.
Okay. What is in time? Were you, like, multiple yards from this turtle, or was he, like, inches from your tires?
I mean, I was, like, maybe a foot or 2 away from it by the time.
Okay, so it was a close call for this turtle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going, like, 30 at least down the road.
Fair enough.
Wow, you're totally a superhero.
Hey, the one time it was on a curve, like it was a giant.
So you risked your life.
Yes.
For a turtle.
What?
Why? I've risked my life many times in my vehicle. There's this
but
one.
You said 2.
Well, that was for animals. There's one time it was I was about to T-bone this car coming out, and so I jerk into the nearest ditch to the side. Yeah,
well,
it was a good time.
Good job.
Thank you. No, it was
get a cookie.
It was a lady like taking her daughter to a soccer practice or something.
Oh.
And if I would have continued on,
that would not have been good.
Yeah, because I'm, you know, like I said, it's at least 35 or something going down this road.
Was it the same road or a different road?
Different road than the turtles.
Okay. I was just curious.
No, same speed limit, just different road. Turtles are on the other side. They're doing their own thing.
Okay.
But, so...
In reality, the turtle was driving the car.
Yes.
Driving its daughter to soccer practice.
I mean, obviously. Like you do.
So
on a daily.
Daughter's in the passenger side, so if I would have kept going, she's the one that would have taken the impact.
Oh.
So I turn into the ditch. I'm sitting there freaking out because this has never happened to me before. So I'm just holding on like, okay.
What do I do now?
I'm on the side now. Luckily, she like stopped. And,
well, I mean, that's good.
Yeah, she actually stopped and, you know, was helping me out. It began raining. So she offers to let me sit in her car so I can call AAA.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. This soccer mom saved you.
Yeah.
Like you saved those
after I saved her. So I've never been in this incident. I'm trying to get as much information as I can. A cop comes by. He sees what's going on. Tow truck comes out. So we're just sitting here. My tire and wheel and everything on like the whole right front end of my car is just completely jacked. and it's raining while all
Of
this
course.
is happening. Traumatic time, it starts raining.
It's like cinematic perfection right there.
I couldn't get a hold of, like, anyone else.
That's so good.
Yeah, and so I was actually on my way to work at the time.
Of course.
And it was paycheck day, so...
What a great day to have that happen.
Yeah, so I couldn't go to get my paycheck now.
I am so glad every business I've ever worked for has automatic deposit. So glad.
Same. So glad.
So I couldn't get a hold of either of my parents, nobody. The tow truck actually needed, like, to get another one to help pull it out. Because this was in a tiny ditch. This was at least like a 3-foot ditch.
Ew.
Jesus.
You couldn't have picked a smaller ditch.
Yeah, I couldn't pick the smaller one. So while they're trying to finally pull it out, they managed to get it out just as the water level starts rising too high.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
You have great luck.
Apparently. So that happens. We drop the car off. I get a ride home from the tow truck guy.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, and I was sitting there like, well, that happened.
GG.
Just like those turtles.
I saved those turtles. All right, when I'm going to be in a time of need, they will show up and help me.
They will avenge... Or, that's not the right
Oh my
word.
god, I just thought of the Avengers as turtles.
That would be adorable.
Teenage Mutant Avenger Turtles.
A little turtle with a little hammer, screaming Thor.
A little turtle with his shell painted like Captain America's shield.
Oh my god, I want that. Marvel, make that happen now.
Please.
That looks like it'd be in the art style of, like, what is it, like, what is that called? Like,
there's an artist called
Like-
Scott Young.
like, no, like, just,
And-
like, soft chibi-esque,
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
like,
Oh, yeah.
kind of like that.
Scott Young, get to it.
And then there'd be the other guy who sees that and then makes, like, the badass, realistic version.
Yeah.
And
Looks like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but...
They're called Teenage Mutant Avenger Turtles, okay?
Oh my god.
Do you not want to see an Iron Man turtle?
That would be interesting.
Right?
But I like it on the chibi scale, not the...
Well, sure,
the
like the
realistic.
little cute one, you know, it's like got little hearts around it.
Okay.
On that note, welcome to the podcast, the EIS Cast.
Is this one, number 4?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I already lost track of them.
There's so many.
Yeah, I could only
As
imagine when
the editor, yes, number 4.
only imagine when it gets like 100 and be like,
Oh my god.
what are we doing?
Who are you?
Why are you in my house? Get out!
Who are
Anyway,
you people?
I am Lizard Breath, and I'm here with...
Wait, we're still doing this?
Yes! Some
Bard.
people jump in podcasts, like,
That is their problem.
mid-series.
That is-
They need to know who's talking.
That is their problem.
And who we got on the other end?
And I'm Helios, the forgotten editor. Not forgotten. I shouldn't say that.
Who?
I'm here. I'm just out here a lot. I'm behind the scenes. I put everything together for the most part, except for shameless dubs.
That's all me, baby.
We
Just
still
that
care
one.
about you, though. We remember that you're there.
Someone cares about you.
Oh, wow.
Someone.
Well, look, in
I
our
see how
first
it is.
one, I forgot his name. I was like, and then we'll be talking with crap. What was his name? Oh, that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's like a couple
That's what it feels
casts
like.
back.
It's been a long month,
It really has.
but I've been glad we're being able to stay on the schedule for the most
Yes,
part.
actually, like, creating
Yes.
content is so exciting.
Soon we'll develop into bigger, better things, and
Yeah.
maybe someone
Better.
with more talent will enjoy our stuff and join in.
Who knows?
Who knows? That's my hope anyway. Like, hey, I'm really good at doing all this. Hey, so you want to, like, hang out with us?
If you're interested, email
You're
Entertainment
cool.
Studios. What is our email?
And we just need to get a customer line email.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
And the shorter
Yeah.
one.
we'll make it up later.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Gotta make sure the
Maybe by
name's free.
episode 5 of the podcast, we'll have it figured out.
Maybe not.
Probably not.
I don't know.
Probably not.
So I've been thinking
Oh, you've been thinking about something?
about like conspiracy theories
Okay.
and like some of the weirdest ones out there. Like, have you read any like weird conspiracy theories?
Conspiracy theories?
Conspiracy theories. I can't speak English.
Conspiracy theories.
I will come through the computer right now and like harm you physically.
You not this computer. This is my... Use your computer. So what about conspiracy theories?
I'm never gonna let that down, am I?
Not until I forget about it.
Fingers crossed it happens soon.
Well, I am known to forget things.
Okay, so like, I read this one a little while ago where some people think that like dinosaurs helped the Egyptians build the pyramids.
I could believe that.
Because, like, they're like, oh, they just domesticated them kind of similar to what you would do for elephants, and then use them as pack animals to build the pyramids, to, like, put all this giant blocks of stuff together.
But which dinosaur, like, are we going, like, Flintstones-esque thing? or, like, you want to be realistic and say, like, with size and weight ratio, which dinosaur would be the best to carry the bricks up the side of a pyramid?
I don't believe that, because that seems like some like creationism type stuff where it's like, oh, dinosaurs were around when people were around, but I don't think they were. I know, like,
they weren't.
If there was overlap, it wasn't that long. Not long enough to build pyramids.
If there was overlap, they weren't technically dinosaurs by that point.
Yeah,
they were other creatures or whatever.
Like, sure, there could still be giant-esque lizard things, but not a dinosaur.
And I'm like, if they had been able to use elephants, assuming, you know,
the rare Egyptian elephant.
Oh my god.
Or maybe the African elephant, seeing as they're in Africa.
Well, yeah, it is a cousin. The Egyptian elephant treed off from the normal African elephant.
Oh my god, why?
Hey, Helios, you want to Google that and figure out if it's really true?
I'm looking at it right now.
I am very skeptical.
Why can't you guys just believe me?
Because you didn't believe me about, what was it, the name of...
Conspiracy theories?
Oh my gosh.
Apparently there was elephants in Egypt at one time.
Oh man.
But were they called the Egyptian elephant? That's what I need to know.
I don't think so, but elephants had gone extinct in Egypt by about 2600 BC, so they were there for a short while.
Oh man.
I don't know if they were there during the time the pyramids were made. Let me look that up.
Well, look up when the pyramids got made.
Well, I mean...
I feel like it's going to be different for each set of pyramids. There's a lot of pyramids.
How about the main pyramid?
What do you mean the main pyramid?
The Giza one.
Okay, so the pyramids of... I'm looking at... Are these Giza?
Yeah, Giza.
The pyramid of Djoser, whatever the hell that's pronounced, was made between 2630 BC and 2611 BC. So just right after the extinction of the elephants in Egypt.
Maybe that's why the elephants were extinct in Egypt, is because they were being used as pack animals. Not dinosaurs, but like elephants.
Or maybe it was the rapid change in ecosystem and climate affections. Where they weren't called
the Egyptian elephant, they were called the North African elephant.
Oh, I told you.
Now that is just what they assumed. That is what they're classifying it because they went extinct. That doesn't mean they couldn't have been Egyptian elephant.
Helios.
They were used and trained by during a dynasty in Egypt. So they were used by the Egyptians. I don't know about the pyramids, but they were used for Egyptians for like war battles and stuff.
So see, it's official. Elephants were used to help make the pyramids.
But that's not the name. They're not called the Egyptian elephant. They're called North African elephant. Get it right? Okay.
All right. What? We're not called the North Americans.
I mean, if you're referring to North Americans versus South Americans, yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay. If they're in Egypt, they're Egyptian.
They're North Africans, too.
See?
Because Africa...
my word works.
I mean, no.
And this has been Bard proves his point.
They don't live in just Egypt, though.
But if they were born in Egypt, that makes them Egyptian.
So the few of them that were born and raised in Egypt could technically be considered Egyptian North African elephants. There.
Yes. But the
I
species
win.
is not
Na, na,
Egyptian.
na, na,
No.
boo.
It's a compromise.
Not really, because the species is not just native to Egypt. So, well, they're dead, so it doesn't really matter now.
But I mean,
Damn you, global warming.
it would have been really cool if there were dinosaurs, though, like a pterodactyl just like carrying stuff at the top of a pyramid so they could finish building it.
But see, the
It's
issue
cool to
with
think
that
about.
is it would need to be something very small because the part with pterodactyls and stuff is that a lot of them lived near coastal areas with giant rock walls, so that with the updrafts they could jump off and allow it to help pick them up.
So they weren't like flying like birds do.
Yeah,
They
you
were
couldn't
more
just
like coasting.
You couldn't really just maybe a couple could, but generally the bigger they got, you couldn't just land on the ground and then take off because you were there were some that are as big as like passenger jets or something like that. Like,
I love the fact that there's like an actual amount of dinosaur knowledge about this that you have, because
I know a lot about dinosaurs.
I don't know very much about dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are awesome.
They are awesome. I just don't know much about them.
Now, to go on to another theory.
Oh.
Did y'all know people still believe the world is flat? That it's a conspiracy theory that NASA and other bodily groups that study space and stuff know the world's flat, but they're all lying to us? Do you know how dumb that is?
I know that there is a group of people that go by the flat earthers, and I know they're also
know.
connected to like anti-vaccine groups and things like that.
Earth's
And,
not
oh my
flat, it's
gosh.
hexadecimal.
It's like, it's still dumb.
It is regardless.
I mean, technically it's not fully spherical either.
There's also
Well, no, it's not, but
there's also a theory. I think this is less a conspiracy theory. I think it's more of like a specific religion or something that say, the world is on the back of a turtle and then there's another turtle underneath that and it's just turtles all the way down.
See?
Just a bunch of turtles.
Back
The
to the
world
turtles.
Back to the turtles!
full circle. Wait, let me look that up. The world turtles. I know that's a Stephen King thing,
It is a Stephen King thing.
and like because its mortal enemy is a turtle.
Yeah, but that's not a world turtle. That's just a dimensional turtle.
A regular turtle.
No, the turtle's a nice guy.
Okay.
So the world turtle is apparently, it's like a variant of like the world serpent and world elephant from like how like the world
world
serpents
Egyptian
in
elephant.
Norse mythology and all that. It's like a variation of all that. Apparently, it occurs at apparently. Well, actually, scratch that. I'm wrong. Apparently, there's a turtle that has elephants on its back, and they're holding up the earth. It occurs in Hindu mythology, in Chinese.
You
mythology.
all doubted me.
I love how there's turtles and elephants in this.
Yeah.
concept.
Good. Hey, at least
weird.
we're finally keeping on like a strong topic
This
point.
episode we talk
Without
about
even
turtles
trying.
and elephants.
It's a lot,
Without even trying.
it's a lot better than our last ones where we're like, hey, here's this thing. Let's jump all the way over here now.
This continuity is great.
Ah, it's going so good.
And how there's also a theory, keep it on mythology, how those statues of Shiva, the Hindu lord or whatever.
Is it the one with all the arms?
Yeah, that's dancing in a ring of fire.
Uh-huh.
Supposedly that ring of fire is a black hole. So he was so badass. He did that dance in the middle of a black hole and created the universe. Apparently. It's weird.
That's intense.
I dove down the hole of Hindu mythology one day, and it's weird. All these different gods that people think that Hindus have are not. They're all different sides to this one big god. The one god, but there's like all different parts of him that they do different things. It's weird.
Mythology
What
and
is it?
religion are
Isn't it
so
like a
weird.
Buddhist god? Is the one with the elephant head? No, but
That's
no,
Hindu.
Yeah, and I
think
why
that's
said,
Hindu.
I don't know why I said Buddhist. Yeah, another Hindu god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not really gods, are called lords. It's
Okay.
weird.
In the English language, it's a synonym, I feel.
Yeah. But they're not worshipped as gods. They're all different pieces of his one god. So people think like Hinduism is have multiple gods when now they only have one, but this one has like different parts of him. It's weird. It's yeah.
You can't believe things when you listen to like the romanticized version.
It's interesting.
You need to do your own research.
Do your research. That's my like life motto.
Is doing research?
Yes, I'm a Ravenclaw. So like research and knowing things, it's very important to me.
I feel like I would just end up being like a Hufflepuff or something because I don't
Hufflepuff.
I don't think I could be into. I'm not bad enough to be Slytherin, but I don't think I'm courageous enough to be Gryffindor. So,
yeah, no, I remember I was in like middle school and like Harry Potter was like the big thing.
And then Twilight became the big thing.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that, Bard. Like that's not why we're here. We're here for Harry Potter right now. Anyway, but I was so convinced. I was like, I want to be a Gryffindor. Like that's all my friends are Gryffindors. It's the cool thing to be. No. Everyone told me, no, you're a Ravenclaw.
You're totally
and
Ravenclaw.
I finally accepted it in, like, high school.
Ravenclaws are cool.
Just out of high school. But, yeah.
Yeah, no, I could already say I would be a Hufflepuff. That put the hat on, it'll say the same thing.
Hey, nothing's wrong with a Hufflepuff,
Yeah,
bro.
my
Hufflepuffs are bomb.
My youngest brother's a Hufflepuff, and he's
Could've
a
at least
sweetheart, so...
made a better name. Instead of it...
Don't hate on our group, okay?
Like, hey, you want to be this pastry dish? Like, that's what it sounds like to me.
The Hufflepuff's animal is bomb. Don't
Like, oh, would you like dessert today? Oh, yes, I'd like to have some of this Hufflepuff, please.
Sure.
Hater.
Sure.
Like, I just see this, like, this lightly fluff, like, big cupcake-esque thing.
I can only imagine what your culinary skills are. Like...
They're... I mean, I could take on Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, can I watch? Please. I'd love to see that.
Yes, please.
He couldn't handle
Oh my god.
this.
Take a picture of your dish and tweet it to him and have him rate it.
Oh, yes. That way we can talk about it on the next podcast.
Oh my
Why
God.
do I have to do
Yes.
it?
Because you're the one
Because-
who brought it up.
Exactly. You challenged him, so make a dish,
Yeah,
take a
like,
picture of it.
beat
Like
Bobby
Gordon
Flay.
Ramsay, what you think?
Like, I could beat
Have him
Bobby
comment on
Flay.
it.
He'll be like, what's your signature dish? You'd be like,
Grilled cheese.
yeah, it's like, grilled cheese, what's up? And then he's all like, oh, I gotta do some fancy thing to win it over and be like, here's some bread and some cheese.
It's like
So-
not even warm. Cheese isn't melted.
Well, I know how to make it, alright?
Okay, sure.
Cheese
But
cheese
please-
gets melted, light toasting on the bread. You gotta get a soft crunch.
But please do it. I would love to talk about how Gordon Ramsay roasted you.
Oh, it hasn't even happened, and I would love for it to happen.
Why y'all wanna keep challenging me?
You're the one that brought it up.
It's not an
It's
acceptance thing.
entertaining.
Exactly.
Fine. We'll see about it.
Please,
We'll see.
please.
Maybe one day.
We could even make a video of you making whatever food it is.
Exactly.
This is my food that I'm gonna make to send to Gordon Ramsay for.
I'm gonna mail it to him
Oh God!
Oh, don't.
Overnight him a grilled cheese.
and be like, hey,
No.
rate this.
He's probably gonna be like, it's dry as hell.
Be like, this is the most amazing thing ever. I must have the recipe.
That'll be the day the world ends.
Be like, all right, what's it gonna cost you? Be like, all right, and then boom, millionaire.
Anyway, moving on to things that are confrontational.
See, there you go. Gave you the segue.
Wonderful
That
segue.
segue.
Next, we have our interview for College Kids Corner, in which we discuss. I have. Oh my goodness! Apparently, I can't talk now.
Come out with it.
I interviewed a friend of mine about some
Quotes friend of yours.
some roommate troubles and how she dealt with them, and just some pointers from her on how to live with a brand new person you've never met before.
Mhm.
So,
Is it about if something happens to him, you can get like straight A's for the semester?
Yeah, that is a thing after
I mean, we didn't discuss that in the recording part of the podcast, but
Well, you missed a big.
I have discussed that with lots of people, particularly last semester. It was a very hot topic.
Just like, hey, if you disappear for a while, like, my GPA will go up.
Yours might not, but mine will.
Oh, yeah. It's like, for some reason, all through my college career, like, I got good grades, but my roommates kept disappearing. That was so weird.
We talked about what it would take to, like, go, like, roundabout, hire someone to get rid of your roommate, and then, like, would you be able to pay for that to get your college paid for or whatever, get straight A's or...
Well, it depends about the pricing between how much per semester per how much for this hitman.
Yeah, I mean, if you were paying for a hitman, like, at the beginning of your college career, it might be worth it. But if you're, like, a senior in your last semester, don't kill anyone.
Well, you wouldn't have killed anyone anyways. It was a hitman. You had nothing to do with it.
Oh, yeah,
you have an alibi. I was talking to other people. I was in their dorm. Here's a video of us. Look at us holding up. Look at us holding up that night's newspaper.
Wow.
Oh.
You were just posted online with the timestamp.
You would do so well being interrogated.
I didn't do shit.
So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to College Kids Corner. Hi guys, and welcome once again to College Kids Corner. Today we are going to be talking about dorm annoyances that exist in the form of roommates. So I am here with...
Hi, I'm Nicole.
And she's going to be sharing a story with you guys. So I guess we'll just jump right in, unless you have some background information. We'll jump right into... what was the situation? When did things go bad, and how?
Oh boy,
is that too vague to ask?
Wait, one question at a time. What was it?
Okay, so the initial situation, just like a general overview of what happened. Give us that.
So I feel like it's hard to pick one specific spot because it kind of happened over a period of time. Where it actually really started, because down here where we go to school, there's the hurricane. And so, things started to feel weird with my roommate. Like, I didn't feel like I could call my room home, or like it was a safe space to actually be me before the hurricane. And so, I left during the hurricane, and so did my roommate. I came back before she did, and I felt better because she wasn't in the room, and like I had the space to be me here. I guess that's when it really started, is like we both just kind of grew apart a little bit. And so when she came back, we tried to like just pretend like the hurricane never really happened, like we didn't like get our own space and whatnot, and like, you know, things just kind of went back to the way they were. And then one day she just mentions the idea, brings up a topic of, hey, so I have this friend who has this roommate who uses essential oils, and this roommate uses them a lot, and my friend is allergic to the smell and perfumes and stuff. Would you mind if we switched? And being the person that I am, was like, I don't want someone to have an allergic reaction and, you know, die. So I was like, I guess, sure. Yeah, but I'm also like, what am I gonna say? No. First of all, I don't want to be stuck with you. And second of all, I don't want to be stuck with you when you're angry. So yeah, I was like, I mean, I guess, like, you know, I don't want her to suffer or anything. So she just brought up the idea. She really didn't say, hey, this is what I'm thinking, you know, blah, 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 blah. She just, like, mentioned it off the whim. So a couple hours later, and a couple being, like, 6 or 7, I come home to my room, and she has all her guy friends, by the way, like, all her friends are guys, there's like two that are actually opposite, or there's two that are actually same sex, and they're all on the TV playing Xbox, and I come in, and I'm like, oh, hi, guys. Like, and so I just come to, like, sit on my bed and chill, and, then she's like, oh, hey, her friend comes in, and she's like, oh, hey, my roommate's back, and they're like, oh, okay, and so she comes over, my ex-roommate comes over to me and says, hey, so my friend's roommate is back. You want to just come with us to go talk to her? And I was like, okay, sure, I guess. So I went with them. They told her that it was for a scheduling purpose. They told me it was because her friend was having like allergic reactions. Something wasn't right. Number one, your stories ain't adding up. I am Confucian.
Understandably so. Like, you'd think something is...
You don't have to lie. If you want to switch roommates, that's fine. Before I even met the roommate I used to have, I had three different people who emailed me saying, hi, I'm your roommate. I was like, okay.
And I was in a similar situation. Like, everything seemed fine because they contacted me before the semester had begun, type thing.
Yeah.
Very odd.
I mean, not really, because with your roommate, what you want to do is you want to have that relationship where you can be like, hey, this is who I am. Are you, like, is it cool? Because, like I said before, I was feeling like I couldn't be myself in my own space that I was going to be in for quite a while. So, I can understand, but, should have been my first clue that we weren't going to be cool, because I'm not the type of person who does that kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, it's cool if you do it. That's fine. It's you. It's your life. You do what you want. But I'm not a person who would do that, so it just made things awkward. And
so what would you say, like, if this was a brand new situation, brand new school year or whatever, and, like, if you had the opportunity to meet a bunch of people who could potentially be your roommate, what would you say are things to look for and, like, indicators, like, bad signs to watch out for? Or even if you're at the beginning of a semester and you have the ability to move very easily.
So, before it's, like, too deep in the semester?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely look for who their friends are, like, what kind of people they hang out with. Because I went to, just to get together, like a hangout at her friend's dorm room across campus, and they dropped acid right in front of me. And then I was like, well, wait, how am I supposed to get back? Like, I'm not walking by myself back to our dorm room in the dark by myself if y'all are tripping. Like, I'm not about to do that. So definitely look at who your friends are, or who their friends are. Just be, like, honest with your roommate. Like, if you don't like them, just be kind enough to be nice about it and be like, hey, I think this is just not gonna work. It's not, don't pull it's not you, it's me, because they know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
But just be like, this is too conflicting. Look, I want you to have a roommate who is gonna be here when you get back from class, or, you know, like, you can hang out more than just good night and good morning. So.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, I have experience in having a roommate for some amount of time that, like, we did not see each other at all. Like, I had a lot of free time during that semester, and, like, I would be there for hours on end, but she would, every time I see her, like, just run into the room, drop things, grab things, and run back out again. It was no, let's go have lunch together, or let's hang out together, let's go shopping, let's go... Yeah.
Hey, what time do you want to go get dinner?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to study together? Like, that's the relationship you want to have with your roommate. Like, I mean, it's not like you can, like, there are the lucky few who do find people where you can do that. But, I've actually heard horror stories going back to my hometown over winter break about roommates. So...
And roommates, it's such an obscure thing, because it's like you're living most of the time with this stranger that you've never met before, and you don't know their habits, you don't know what they're going to think of you. back home, I've heard stories of, I had a roommate in college where they were so obsessive over everything, where if I accidentally moved one of their pens on their desk or like the wind blew it, they would freak out over it.
The wind? What? No.
No. This was an adult who was like almost 10 years older than me that told me the story. She said that was, I think she said it was her first roommate in college. What had like 3 pens and like would not let you borrow or use any of them, and everything had to be perfectly straight and organized and everything. And I'm just like, I can't even imagine dealing with that.
It's okay, we got so sidetracked. It's fine. So back to the original story I was telling about how we just did not work together and we switched rooms. So we went into my current roommate's room and was like, hey, are you down for this? And I was just kind of standing there like, hi, stranger, I don't know what's going on. And then 30 minutes later, next thing I know, the RAs have approved that we can switch rooms. And it's midnight, by the way, and they're moving things in and out of my room and in and out of my current roommate's room. And the guys are still there sitting playing on the Xbox.
Of course.
Just while the 2 girls are packing, the guys are just standing there, like just sitting playing on the Xbox.
College guys, you gotta love them.
Just kind of
especially freshman guys. It's like, wow. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so they're just kind of like in the way. And so, meanwhile, I go next door, cross the bathroom to my suite mate's room, and is like, do you see what's happening? Do you see this? This is some real BS right here. Like, what is going on? This, like, 6 hours ago, she just mentioned the idea, and now they're actually moving. And so, at midnight, or like 1 a.m, I have this new roommate. I'm helping her settle into her room, and the next day, we both have class early in the morning. And I'm like, what is this? What's going on? Why? And, okay. That's not even the worst part. But after me and my new roommate got settled in and we're cool with each other and like figured out our routine, they come back and are like, oops, I forgot this. Oops, I forgot this. Oops, I forgot this. One of them came back in, had the audacity to not only take our bath mats, which by the way they did not need because they had nicer ones in their bathroom, but asked me if I was using something that I was clearly using, and then asked to buy it from me.
That's just, like, straight up rude.
Yeah, okay, but, like, okay, not only that, but she also made sure that I was not in the room when she asked, leaving my current roommate confused as fudge as to what was going on. And then, okay, taking the bath mats, I get that they're yours. But you clearly didn't need them, 1. And 2, taking the bath mats does not just affect me and my roommate, it affects our suite mates. Because then one of my suite mates had to go in and buy some of her own bath mats. She had to get money to buy bath mats because this girl took them with her. But was like, oh, you can keep the shower curtain. It was $1. And I'm like, thank you for your generosity.
Like, how much were the other? Like, I can't imagine they were more than, like, $5-10. Like, I'm sure that's not a huge
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. Why would you... Anyway.
So, how many times did this person come back? Or
let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4... 4 times?
4 times.
And then my current roommate's ex-roommate, which is where my ex-roommate moved to. It's gonna be confusing. But her ex-roommate came in when she knew that my roommate was not here and was like, hey, can I borrow your roommate's printer? I really need to print this thing off, and I gotta go to class in like 2 minutes.
Noted, we have printers in the library, some of which I think are free to use, like depending on which ones you go to.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I didn't know this girl. I didn't know the relationship that this girl had with my roommate. So I was like, I mean, I guess. And I instead offered my printer, but she said, no, I don't know how to work your printer. I'm just going to use hers real quick because I know how it works. I offered my printer trying to respect the privacy of my roommate and, like, separate them, right? No, it was not good enough.
Bad people apparently like to keep coming back and bringing back their negativity.
Oh yeah, so you know why people say, I'm gonna snip you out of my life with these scissors, I'm gonna cut you out of my life. I'm gonna cut you out of my life. It's harder than it looks.
Yep, I totally relate on that.
You know?
So yeah, I think like 90% of this just like, it's respect and communication.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank you so much for being on our podcast. One last question. I like to ask this to the guests on our podcast. What are your top 3 dorm or college essentials, in your opinion? Like, top 3 things you have to have going to college.
Oh, you mean like other than a pillow and a blanket?
Yeah, obviously most people will bring a pillow and a blanket, I'm thinking.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like if you couldn't bring anything else, because, you know, you gotta take your naps.
College kids love naps, that's for sure.
Essential 3 things. Your computer.
That's a good one, yes.
Yes, because check your emails every day. Every night you go to bed, every time you eat lunch, every time you wake up in the morning to make sure class isn't canceled and you're the only one that shows up.
While you're in the club partying, what does my email say?
Yeah, exactly. Just to make sure, you know, there's not a surprise assignment you forgot about or something. Let's see. Well, okay, if you're a girl, bring a full-length mirror.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's very helpful to have.
Because, I mean, your bathroom mirror may be great and dandy and stuff, but...
It's also probably above your sink.
Yeah, and, like, everybody's gotta share your tiny little bathroom, and it just helps to have more mirrors so that there's not 3-4 girls in a bathroom that's the size of a closet. And the third thing would probably be... I don't know, that's a difficult one. Only 3? Like, I know I have so many things in my room that I don't need. I don't know. That's hard. We've already got a laptop. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have your phone no matter what. Obviously, you're gonna have your backpack, duh. I don't know what. That's hard. Your laptop, a mirror.
I guess most things just fall under the category of necessities, but is there any one thing that you would say makes your dorm feel more like home?
I don't know.
Or makes classes easier, or anything
Printers. Like buy your own printer.
So you don't have to sneak into somebody else's room and try to use theirs.
Or pay for printing.
Or pay for it, yeah.
And then, like, create a contract with your roommates so that you guys can share a printer so you can pay for ink together and so it's less expensive.
No one likes buying ink.
No.
Ran out of ink. Oh, it looks like I need a new printer because I'm not buying ink.
It's probably just as expensive to buy a new printer. And I'm gonna do one more because I did say full-length mirror for the guy, or for the girls. So for the guys, I would say, I don't know. TVs or a game console, because that is the easiest way to make friends when you're a guy in college.
That is true.
Console.
Like, every single guy I know seems to be, like, bonding with other males because of video games or television or whatever. Like, I got a big flat screen in my room. Come over, let's party.
Let's go play Jackbox. But if you can't afford, like, a big console or something, even a board game, honestly, get Cards Against Humanity. You can never fail.
This podcast is not sponsored by Cards Against Humanity.
Every college kid's favorite game.
Well, thank you so much for your tips and your stories. Nicole, thank you for being on the podcast. And so we're gonna we're gonna switch on over after this segment to something else.
Man, That was
Wow.
so good. I think I'll listen to it again.
Wow.
We're not playing the whole track again, thanks.
Roll it again.
Hi guys, and welcome once again to College Kids Corner.
Welcome to College Kids Corner.
So, what about y'all? What's your experience? Have you had bad roommates? Because it's just so fun to talk about.
Let's just say if I followed my original plan, I wouldn't have a bad roommate, and I would have been in my first college with good grades.
But you know, that's called it's illegal. And...
Let's say hypothetically.
Hypothetically. Okay.
Because I'd still lose a friend, but at least I'd have good grades.
Were they really?
Well, you don't even have a roommate right now.
Not now, but I used to. Why do you think I don't have one now? I learned my lesson.
We don't condone murder
Disclaimer.
on this channel.
Except for comedic purposes.
Okay, what about you,
Anyway, back
Julios?
on.
Like roommates and things.
So, who wants to start?
Ooh, can I?
Go for it.
Oh, well, let's see. So I was in college, at that college where everyone else is at for like 3 years.
Oh,
And I've had two sets of roommates.
Yeah, I get you.
So my roommates overall, my 4 that I had, have not been that great. I hated them all in different ways.
They all had their special levels of hate.
One was this one. I mean, I don't talk to them, so I'm not even gonna say their names, but I'm gonna like spill some tea. So one was their family was kind of way too much and over like all the time. Not really all the time, but it's just like their family was way too much. And the other one was dating a professor at said university.
Now,
How do you find out something like that? Like,
probably when they come over.
Oh, the dirt. Oh.
So wait,
the other roommate.
So rate them. What is the rate my professor? Are they on the hot scale or?
I don't know. She just became a professor when I moved in that semester. Yeah.
Well, at least that narrows it down.
Well, the roommate's a guy, but he was dating a professor who was married to a military man.
Ooh. Oh, wait, we're gonna stop everything else. I want to hear more about this.
So, my other roommate would tell me these things because he, I guess, liked to gossip and he found out some things. So he'd tell me like everything he knows. So basically, what happened was
roommate
one day,
was snitching on the other.
Oh, he was talking so much dirt. But he told me that she was over one day and they were in his room and my other roommate left his phone out. So the roommate, we'll call him Chad, looked at
his phone didn't have a lock on it?
Huh? No, it was unlocked. So Chad looked at the phone and he's like, oh. So a couple days later, out in the kitchen, he comes out and tells me that apparently the girl that this guy, our other roommate, which I shall name
Andy.
So Chad comes out and tells me that Andy's girlfriend, hug buddy. We'll bleep that out. Hug buddy. So Andy and his hug buddy. So apparently Andy's hug buddy is a professor. So Andy's hug buddy is married to I couldn't remember if it was either a naval man or a Marine. But apparently he knew about...
I want to put that in the shirt idea. It's like, want to be hug buddies?
They're vigorous hug buddies. But apparently her
hugging.
significant other knew about it and knew that she was over there hugging Andy. So I was always afraid to have a military man come banging on the door and I would be happen to open the door and then get murdered. But I didn't have to deal with that. So I have 2 stories. This one and then another one dealing with Andy as well. So the first one is one night. It was like 2 a.m. It was like a Friday. It was like a Friday or a Saturday. It's during the weekend. It was my first semester there. I'm on Skype with like 3 or 4 of my friends. We're playing video games, League of Legends, that type of stuff. And all of a sudden, I start hearing hugging. if you will.
Clicking?
I start hearing hugging vigorously, going from one room to another.
Vigorous hugging.
And they were screaming, hugging. It was bad. And I was just like, what?
Hug me tighter.
The French fry. Oh, there was a lot of that, yeah. And
yes, hug me tighter.
Okay, you're gonna have to stop. Like, this is disturbing.
They were so loud. My friends over Skype heard them hugging, and they're like, "Are you watching videos on hugging?" And I'm like, "No." The heck? No. And they're like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "My roommate and his hug buddy are hugging." And at that point, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And I wasn't sure if they were in the bathroom or if they were in the bedroom.
Hugging.
Because I peeked out, both doors were wide open, lights on. I couldn't tell if they were hugging in the bedroom or if they were hugging in the bathroom. It got so bad to the point where I almost said, screw it, walk out into the bathroom. If they're in the bathroom, I was going to stare at them straight-faced as I pee into the toilet at seeing them hugging, because I really had to go.
Just don't mind me, just doing my thing.
And cleaning that bathroom was disgusting.
Was there a lot of hugging going on in there?
I had to clean that, let's put it that way.
All the hug.
Now, another one deals with Andy and the Popo, the 5-0. So, Andy likes to party a lot. Like, Wednesday morning at, 3 a.m. party a lot.
Party and
I
an
used
active
to have
hugger.
a roommate like that. Always, every single night. Let me go out and party type people.
Party and an active hugger, huh?
But also, on a side note, Deadpool got moved up to May instead of June.
That's exciting.
Yeah, we need some Deadpool too.
So Deadpool 2 comes out 2 weeks after the Avengers movie comes out.
I always remember just you're about to be killed by a Zamboni.
I feel like I need to go back and watch Deadpool again, because there was just so much in it that watching it the first time, I didn't catch everything.
It was pretty decent, where it was like a good medium where it had enough time to build up the story so you could understand the character, but it didn't take too long to get to what people wanted to see. It was like my issue with Punisher. There was too much not punishing going on.
Yeah.
But with Deadpool, it didn't take that long.
Yeah.
Because, it at least broke up the slowness with Deadpool stuff.
Yeah, action-y.
Yeah.
Or funny things.
Yeah, I want to see Deadpool being him, not just Ryan Reynolds hugging with his girlfriend.
There's the Oscars coming up.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, I can't wait to see that. But for Netflix to redeem themselves, I know they did put on the Godfather is on Netflix.
Why?
I guess I need to watch that. I have never
I didn't even like that movie. Seems boring.
You didn't like The Godfather?
I can't get into it. It bores me.
Because it's not supposed.
Haters come for me, but
because it's not supposed to be actiony. It's about cinematic depth and
cinematic depth. Where?
And real characters.
Where?
Oh my goodness!
I just think the horse head and
This is what I'm surrounding myself with.
I understand Godfather references more often than I've actually seen the Godfather movie.
Exactly. That's exactly a reason why you know it was a good film, was because people continue to parody it and quote it.
Okay, but also...
That doesn't mean it's a good film.
No, that means it was a good film.
It just means it's highly referenced. Like, Step Brothers is highly referenced.
That was a good film, too.
I would disagree.
We have so much room for activity.
And The Room is highly referenced. It was a good movie. Not a good movie.
Step Brothers is a great movie. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about The Room.
Oh, no, that one's a horrible movie.
Just because it's referenced and parodied and stuff doesn't mean it's a good movie.
But it means it's a good movie when it gets parodied and referenced.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Godfather is a good movie. You just need to be able to take it on a deeper level without trying to sound super hugging artsy.
I love how we couldn't say how we called it hugging, and then
I'll bleep it out later.
Good job. Good job, Bart.
I'll take a sound clip of hugging and put it over it, so it sounds super out of place.
Oh Lord, no. I will take that out.
No, don't take it out.
I'm the editor. I can do it.
It's supposed to be there for itself.
So going back to movies, a movie that I'm terribly not excited about is the Peter Rabbit movie.
Oh, yeah.
I am intensely unenthusiastic.
Again, why? Just why?
It shouldn't be a thing.
No. I mean, it'd probably be a cute little animated movie. That's about it, though.
Yeah, they're trying to make it more for adults because they're like, it's like live action and CGI and things, but no, it should be a cartoon drawn in the style of Beatrix Potter. Like,
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
It's just, it's rough out there to come up with something interesting and make a movie about it.
yeah, apparently.
So, not a lot going in
The entertainment
section at the moment.
Nothing new. And all the nerd stuff, I'm doing that videos thing for Wednesday. This is recorded on Tuesday, if y'all didn't know. For Wednesday, y'all are going to be seeing Helios' Nerd Corner.
Fine, go for it. But we needed to get that citations out. We put it up and it was just striked with so many copyright things.
Without even being published.
Yeah, it didn't
was
get
just
published
finished uploading, and then it's like, no. And I'm just like,
So it's like, we got a problem. I'm like, just do whatever you need
Whatever
to.
it takes.
Just, it needs to go up. We can't.
So
There was-
I did, and it's up.
It's up, it's fine.
There was something I was watching. It was on YouTube, copyrighted material on YouTube, but what did they do? They slowed it down by like 0.25,
Mm-hmm.
and then they like zoomed in on everything.
Yeah.
So like you couldn't see the person's like entire face.
Yeah, you change
Yeah.
the image slightly and
And now
pitch shift it.
YouTube lets you like change the video speed you're watching, so like you can correct the speed change and everything. It is such a weird system.
You gotta beat the system somehow.
Oh wait, there will always be someone.
So Sanitations is going to go through a little bit of not revamping, but going about things a little differently from now on, so we don't get any more of these strikes.
Yeah, I mean, we got some other stuff.
Not strikes, but these copyright things.
Yeah, less issues.
I shouldn't say a strike,
Less
because I'm not getting
upload
striked.
issues.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But we are trying to come up with some other stuff for the channel here. Like, we're gonna be introducing some gaming things.
Which is exciting.
Oh, really?
So basically, I'm gonna start with re-uploading stuff that we have on the off channel, and we're just gonna ignore that one forever until if we need it again. And then
Just ignore it. Forever.
yeah, and so then like I've already recorded some other stuff with a friend, and then we had some other ideas for here.
Some really, really basic, easy games that we're gonna look into playing hilariously, which I'm excited about, because that whenever I watch gaming videos, that's my favorite to watch, is when it's like this super simple game.
Yeah, so just more content for that, along with some other ideas we're trying to pan around. So
I feel like we've just let everyone who listens to our podcast in on like a team meeting, because like that's the things that we talk about.
well, no, it's fine. They can know that there's stuff coming up.
What's going
Yeah.
on behind the scenes?
Nothing.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, you're
Literally
not
just staring
wrong.
at walls thinking, why am I doing this to myself?
Oh.
That was me yesterday trying to re-edit the damn thing. It's like, why am I doing this to myself? As I contemplate jumping up.
It's just
Face
like,
first on the
just
second
cut it
floor.
out. Cut whatever you need out.
Oh, I did. It's fine now.
He just like put up the still picture or whatever. It's like, just block it all. I don't care. It needs to go up.
Oh.
Well, that was EIS Cast 4.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening. We'll be back again next week as usual, and remember that we are both on YouTube, and if you want to listen on the go, we are on castbox.fm and the Castbox
We are.
app as Entertainment Industry Studios.
Okay, done. Yay.